I hope everyone is doing well. I am jumping on today to give you a little bit of info about the vitamin and supplement routine in my family. I get a lot of questions about this, about what vitamins do my kids take? What do I take? Now, I first want to say that I'm not a medical doctor. I have a PhD. I am not well versed in medicine and vitamins and supplements and what you need or what your kids need. This is just what we do in our family and what works for us. There might be better options out there, but this is what we do. So I'm going to be sharing this. And I'm going to be sending this all out via an email to the email list tonight. So you don't need to take too many notes as long as you're on the email list, and you'll get that sent to you. So I am going to start off with telling you a little bit about what my kids take. Now, for my kids, I give them their vitamins after their bath. They don't really like to get out of the bathtub and put their pajamas on, so I use vitamins as something for them to look forward to. So what we do is after bath, I always say, all right, first get your pajamas on and then we'll go get your vitamins. And they always look forward to getting their vitamins. So it keeps the momentum of bedtime going. So for that reason, I have purposefully chosen some things that taste good, and they do really taste good. I don't mind eating them myself, but they are natural options as well. So for the multivitamin, I give my kids this Zarbee's multivitamin, and right now I chose to use the one with the extra immune boost, considering that we're getting close to cold and flu season. Most of the year, I just give them the standard Zarbee's natural multivitamin. It's like a gummy option. Yes, there is sugary stuff on there, but yes, it tastes really good, and they really look forward to it, and it's like their one little sugary treat of the day, and they brush their teeth immediately afterwards. So I don't stress too much out about it, but I know that some other people like to avoid it. So the next thing that I give them is a probiotic. So we use these Up4 probiotic cubes, and these, I'll pop them out so you can see them. They're actually kind of like a piece of white chocolate. Let's see very well. They're really, really yummy. And they have a daily dose of vitamin D in it. So by giving kids this probiotic, they get their probiotic for the day, and they also get vitamin D. And then they each do a fish oil, and this is Children's DHA fish oil. Now, this is the extra fish oil, so it's extra. It's an extra high dose. That way I just give them each one, because the regular strength ones you have to take 4. So it just makes it easier if I just get to give them one. So they take one of these, even though the recommendation is 3. So if you buy this brand, which is the Nordic Naturals brand, if you buy their regular dosage rather than the extra, I think kids have to get 4 capsules. So I find it's easier just to give them one, so I get that extra formulation. So that's all that my kids take. So they take multivitamin, they take some DHA, and they take a probiotic with a vitamin D in it. And we've been doing that for quite a while now. So that is what they take. And now I will move on and tell you a little bit about what I take. So first of all, I have an autoimmune disease. I have Hashimoto's. So I have to take Synthroid, which is basically hypothyroidism. So I have to take Synthroid every morning to supplement for that. So because I have an autoimmune condition, I deal with a lot of inflammation, especially if I'm eating too much sugar and if I'm under a lot of stress. So that means I get a lot of achy joints. I get psoriasis. I have a little patch of psoriasis on the back of my neck that every time I get stressed breaks out. So I know if I'm under stress, because I literally have sort of this physical marker. I get a rash when I get stressed. It helps me to sort of keep an eye on my stress levels, because I do know that my body reacts very much so to that. So for the inflammation, I take turmeric, and this has been such a game changer for me. For anyone else that deals with inflammation or autoimmune disease, I take a lot of turmeric. I take, let's see, the serving size says 3 capsules, and I take 6 on most days. And that keeps me feeling really good. The other thing that I take is a prenatal, even though I'm not nursing and I am not planning on getting pregnant. I just think it's wise for women of childbirthing age to take a prenatal in the event that they were to get pregnant, because you do need a couple months supply of the vitamins in your body in order to really support the baby. So I take that just in case, because I would be taking a multivitamin anyway, so I figure why not just make it a prenatal. Zoe said your daughter has psoriasis on the back of her neck. That is a really common place to get it. And I had no idea that it was associated with stress and with autoimmune disorder until a doctor pointed it out to me and actually suggested that I give up gluten. And when I gave up gluten, my rash went away. It's since kind of come and gone, and that has been very much related to my stress and to the things that I'm eating. And I found that as I change my diet a little bit here and there, that it goes away completely. And I actually saw a new doctor last fall when I moved to New York, and he gave me some steroid cream and said, don't bother wasting your time changing your diet because it's never going to go away. And I just sort of nodded. I'm like, no, I think there's something behind this. Like, I really think that I can do something about this. And that's when I started taking the turmeric, and that has been changed everything for me. I feel so much better as a result. So I also had been taking some vitamin D for a long time and fish oils. And when probably, I think it was maybe back in June, I was introduced to a new company. There's a company called Care Of. The website is Take Care Of that sponsored the podcast. And whenever I have a podcast sponsor, they always give me a free sample or whatever it is that the product that they represent, so I can try it and I can speak to my personal experience. So Take Care Of gave me a month's supply. It's a vitamin company. They gave me a month's supply of their vitamins, and I tried it. I'm a total skeptic, so I just kind of tried it, and I was like, yeah, it has this fun little quiz, and then they tell you what you need based on some little online quiz, and I just kind of rolled my eyes, and I was like, sure, like, I'm going to fill out this little fun online quiz, and they're actually going to know what to give me. So I cut the vitamins because they were free, and I tried them for a month, and I felt like a new person. Like, I've never felt better in my life, and this is not an exaggeration. So they just sponsored the podcast once. So now I actually buy their vitamins. I pay for them myself because I felt so much better after the month that I was taking the recommendations of them. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this works. Now, I also was a skeptic in that I was actually going to save money on doing this. So I was going to go on Amazon and buy each of the vitamins that was in this box and just do it myself. And I did the math, and it's actually cheaper to do it this way. So it comes every month. You get this little box, and inside of it, there are like these pre-packaged little things. All right, so they're made especially for you. So it says Hi Janae, and it has like a little fact type thing on there. And in it, it has whatever deemed you need, or really helps to support you based on this quiz that you've taken on their website. So the first month that I took it, I didn't have as much in here, but now since I'm renewing it, I've added my probiotic and my vitamin D, so it's just kind of all in one. And eventually I might add my turmeric and my prenatal in there as well, because it would be really nice just to be able to rip this open every day and to take it. So there's a couple things that are new to me in this packet, which is what I think when I say that I've never felt better. So you get a little brochure that tells you what is in here. And I didn't do as much research as I probably should have when I took these. I just kind of took them blindly. But like I said, I ended up feeling so good. I was like, I need to look into this. So this is a variety of what I'm taking here. So what I think it is that's making me feel so good is I think it's the ashwagandha and the rhodiola. So the ashwagandha, they call it the chill pill. So I've been reading a little bit about it, and it is an adaptogen. So what an adaptogen is it helps you to moderate your stress levels. And for anyone that's ever taken the mental unload, which I'm running right now, if you've ever taken that, I talk a little bit in the course about how when we face stress and overwhelm, it's kind of like a teeter-totter, and we each have the tendency to either lean one way or the other. No one is perfectly balanced right in the middle. Some of us lean towards depression, and some of us lean towards anxiety. And everyone has a tendency, and you have to think about which tendency do you have. Some of us are mixed, but most of us lean one way or the other. I know that when I'm overwhelmed and I'm dealing with something stressful, that I tend to be a doer. I'm active and I'm running around and I'm cleaning and I'm doing things. And some people tend to veg out and want to watch Netflix. Or to crawl up in their bed for a day or two. So think about what your tendencies are when you get faced with overwhelm. Now, if it's something minor, some minor stressors, you're going to notice that you tip a little bit more in your direction, whether it's anxiety or depression. But if it's a big stressor, like a move or the birth of a new baby or the death of a family member, you're going to find that you fall pretty hard down on your teeter-totter towards your tendency, and you have more serious episodes of depression and anxiety. So what is this adaptogen? And so I'm taking these two like I said, ashwagandha and rhodiola that support stress and mood. And what they do is they help to bring you closer back into balance, and they help to regulate your hormones and your neurotransmitters so you're feeling more balanced. So it does help people who either lean towards anxiety or who lean towards depression. And for anyone else, if anyone else can attest if you've ever taken these things, it's been a big change for me. I feel great. And the way I can describe it is the way that I feel after I exercise, sort of like that good feeling for the day where I feel really good about myself and I feel my mood is much better. That's how I feel. Like the whole first month that I took these, that's how I felt. I felt like I had exercised that day and I didn't. So now this brings about sort of a new problem in that now I don't really have the motivation to exercise because I'm feeling so good all the time. So we'll cross that hurdle as we come across it. But yeah, so I'm exercising much less because I'm feeling a lot better. And I really do think that it's related to these vitamins that I'm taking. So I think that is all. So yeah, I get my probiotic, my vitamin D, ashwagandha, and a B complex in here as well. And I have found, I did the research, and it is cheaper or the same price for each of these things as compared to what I'd be buying on Amazon. So I think I'm going to stick with it for a while as long as it keeps suiting me. So anyone that has any questions, please let me know. Again, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm just sharing what I do and what's working for me. And I hope it was helpful for you. All right, have a good one.